Welcome everybody to Yoga with Anadil. I'm Anadil. In today's practice we will work into our necks, the upper back, into the shoulders, a real source of tension, particularly if we're using devices and on computers and driving and just sitting down generally. But it's also an area for me particularly where I tend to hold emotions and tension anyway. So we'll gently ease open into these areas, use the breath to almost massage these areas into a nice little bit of openness. So let's get onto the mat and we'll begin. So today's practice is going to be seated all the way through, so feel free to put on warm socks or get cozy if that's what you feel like, and you can sit with crossed legs on a chair or with your legs out in front of you, whatever works best. And we'll offer the heart to reach back over the hips and head over heart and hips. And we will land both hands on the belly and allow the elbows to draw back and the shoulders to draw down. Close your eyes just for a moment so that we can focus on the breath in order to keep that breath going as we begin to move alongside it with the body. So breathing easy, maybe allowing the belly to inflate a little, so you may feel your fingertips spread, you may feel your hands rise. And breath out, and as you breathe out, already begin to imagine your shoulders unburdening from all of its heaviness and allowing the shoulders to reach down towards the ground. Again, just keep breathing in and out through the nose, aiming simply to slow the breath down. And we'll rest the hands onto the lap, onto your knees or thighs. And with your next breath in, we'll rise on up nice and tall. And as we breathe out, let's drop the chin down towards the chest with the length of your out-breath. And as we breathe in, follow that breath with the sweep of your nose up towards the sky, keeping the back of the neck long, opening through the throat, so no real creasing or crunching into the back of the neck. Nice open throat, keep breathing. As we breathe out, we'll just sweep the nose down, chin to chest, maybe even begin to notice a little bit of movement down through the neck, down through the shoulder blades. And as we breathe another breath in, we'll rise on up through the gaze. As you breathe out, we'll drop the chin to chest one more time, but we'll stay with a low gaze and our chin gently tucking in towards the chest, keeping space to breathe. And I'll just turn to the side so you can see what I'm going to ask us to do as we breathe in and out. So with the head low, we'll take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we'll hold onto our knees, begin to draw the weight back, draw your heart in towards your back, and further drop your chin to chest as your tailbone curls up towards the sky. And as you breathe in, we'll rock onto our hips, offer the heart forward, the throat is open, the back of the neck is as long as you are able to manage, and the shoulders move towards the back. And we'll pulse with our breath. Next breath out, rock onto the back of the hips, chin to chest, draw your navel in, take your weight back. And as you breathe in, you draw gently onto your knee, draw your hands onto your knees, offering the heart forward and offering your throat forward. So just breathing and loosening into these areas, opening gently before we move into our deeper stretches. So keep moving with your breath, so move alongside your breath. So as we keep breathing out, keep traveling, keep breathing out, keep traveling until you reach the edge of your breath and the edge of your movement. One last time. Draw a big breath in through the belly, open through the heart, and invite the shoulder heads back. And we'll come to center. So once you're upright again, we will tilt the right ear over towards the right shoulder. So big breath in, and as your breath leads, your right ear will start to travel over towards the right shoulder. Just use the weight of the head to tilt through and open the neck on the left hand side as much as possible. Stay there for a moment. And as we draw a next breath in, with the length of that breath, we'll rise on up, tilting our head back to center. And immediately as we're ready to breathe out, we'll tilt the left ear to left shoulder. Again, let's just move one more time with the breath in, back to center, allowing the weight of the head and allow the shoulders to be as soft as you're able to release anything you're holding. And next breath in, back to center, and again over to the left. So now we've worn through the body a little bit, bringing the head back to center. We'll ease into a little bit of stretching. So we'll take the hands out to the sides and we'll begin to work into the shoulders as well as the neck. So both the arms reach wide. And as we breathe in, reach the fingertips as far out to the side as you can. If it's okay for your neck, your gaze follows up with the rise of your hands. Keep breathing in and out as much as you need to, and palms press. As you breathe out, bring your palms back down towards your heart. Let the gaze follow the movement. As you continue to breathe out, the gaze comes all the way down. Maybe you even have a little curl in the spine. Big breath in, reaching on out once more. Fingertips are wide, making this movement as big as you are able to with your breath. As you breathe out, follow your gaze with the hands and reach it all the way down. Let's just do that one more time. Big breath in. And surrender all the tension, all the breath out as you breathe. We'll take the hands out to the side, both of them, and then just reach the fingertips as wide as you can, and maybe just lift the shoulders for a moment. Big breath in, and as you breathe out, allow the shoulders to reach down towards the ground. Keeping the left hand onto the earth, we're going to tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. Now this may feel intense enough, in which case feel free to just work with your breath here. Imagining that breath to ease open into the side of the neck, into the shoulders. Or you might like to try and walk your fingertips out a little bit further. If you prefer, you can lift your fingertips off the mat a few inches. You might also like to try to take your right hand, big breath in, reach over your head and rest your fingertips, your hands onto the side of your head, maybe around the temple. But it's really important not to pull down onto your neck. So as we breathe in, let's close our eyes so that we can become more internally aware as to what we're doing here. And as you breathe your next breath out, allow that hand on the face, the arm that's raised up, just to melt and soften with your out breath. So it's almost like you're allowing that arm to go to sleep, to gently ease open through the side. Just take a couple of breaths here, and you can even explore with just taking your gaze down a little bit, your gaze up a little bit. But imagine your breath easing through the side. As you breathe in, release the hand up towards the sky. The hand comes down towards the earth as the head comes to center. And just spend a moment very gently, you don't have to go very far on either side. Just move and tilt your head from side to side. Keep the breath moving and keep following the movement alongside the breath. And once we reach over to the opposite side, we'll allow the left ear to tilt down towards the left shoulder. We'll walk our fingertips out as far as they can, dropping the shoulders down to the earth. And again, you have the option, if you prefer, to lift that hand up and reach through the right fingertips out. You also have the option to take your left hand over the side of your head, big breath in, and allow the hand to rest onto your head as you breathe out, allowing the arm that's resting on your head just to ease into softness. Just take a couple of breaths here. Again, just imagine your breath like fingertips that are easing open into the side of the neck, into the shoulders, as you breathe in and out. Send the breath to these areas. With your next breath in, release the hand from the top of your head. Allow it to find, both hands to find their way to the earth, and gently and softly raise the head with your breath in, and just tilt from side to side with your out breath, coming up to center with your in breath and out to the opposite side. And once we're back in center, we'll bring our hands to heart center. As we breathe in, we're going to interlace the fingers, working a little bit more into the shoulders now, as we raise up with our palms. Now you might prefer the palms to be facing inwards, depends on your shoulders, otherwise you can take your palms outwards. And the important thing is not to crunch up around your ears, but create space in the neck, create space in the shoulders. The gaze can be low onto the ground or just ahead of you as you breathe in and out. And as we breathe in, we'll gently try to sweep the hands a little bit further up and a little bit further back. As we breathe out, we'll just ease off the effort a little bit. And as we breathe in, we'll reach up, maybe even resist against the fingers that are interlaced as we reach back. Now keep reaching back, drop the shoulders. And if this feels too intense and your body is perhaps having a conversation with you that is not comfortable with it, feel free to bend through the elbows as you reach back. Here, as your shoulders keep moving back and your arms keep moving back, you can even add on a little bow in the gaze. Breath in, bring the gaze back up, and as you breathe out, you can bring the gaze back down. Big breath in, raise on up with the gaze, release the fingertips, maybe just sprinkle them out as you make the way down. Let's interlace the fingers one more time, this time the non-habitual way, so whichever thumb usually leads, allow the other thumb to take leadership. And we'll try that one more time, breath in, pushing away with the palms or the outsides of the tops of your hands, depending on which option works best for you today. And reach back as far as you're able, and then as you breathe out, just ease off. Up through the heart. If it's okay for your neck, you might want to try just taking your gaze up a little bit. Reach the fingertips back and release. This time, as you reach, breathe in, take your arms back, and you may want to just try to drop your gaze towards the ground. Keep heading your arms back, keep heading your shoulders down, and hold and breathe, and let's release. Let's bring the palms to heart center. As you breathe in, the fingertips reach towards the sky, open through the neck, the front of the neck as the gaze follows up. And as you breathe out, fingertips come down towards the ground, followed by the gaze. Relax through the shoulders. And again, you can take a little bow and bend into the back as you breathe in, reaching on up. Fingertips wide, creating a lot of heat into the shoulders as we bow down. And again, let's do this one more time. And if your shoulders, for whatever reason, are only happy with being so high, you just move within your body's availability today. So let's reach the fingertips up. Palms are pressing. And we're going to split the arms, and we're going to take the left hand to the front of you, into the middle of the mat, into the middle of your legs, and take the right hand behind you, fingertips down for support. As we breathe in, press into the fingertips to raise on up through the spine, and as you breathe out, we're going to go into a gentle twist. So we'll take our navel over to the right and our heart over to the right. If you like, you can take the hand at the front over the knee for a little bit of support. You also have an option to keep the hand in the center, or even take it back to the left knee, onto the inside of that left knee. Again, as we breathe in, let's just ease off and let's pulse with the breath. As you breathe out, travel with the length of your breath, inviting the belly, the heart, and the shoulders back. So I'll just show you from the side. So let's just make sure our shoulders are down, so you can flatten through the palm in the back. So we're not crunching up towards the ears, but we're moving it down. Keep offering the heart over towards the right as you breathe in through the belly. And again, with every breath out, we're just searching for any more space to move into without pushing past our honest effort. There's another video on moving honestly for you and for your body, so feel free to check that out. Now, keeping the heart moving over to the right, keeping the shoulders down, we'll breathe in, take the gaze all the way through to the front and over your left shoulder. Breath out, moving it all the way back around. And as we breathe in, we're picking up the fingertips from the ground, Arms go wide, a little bit like a balancing scales. Back to the center, bringing the palms together. Big breath in, rising on up with the fingertips towards the sky. And as we breathe out, we're this time splitting the right hand forward to land in front of you and the left hand back to land behind you. Before we twist, let's create length in the spine, relax through the hips, and as we breathe out, we're leading with the navel and the heart over to your left hand side. You can move your hand to whichever knee feels best for you, or you can keep it grounded in the middle, keeping the heart reaching over to your left. As we breathe in, the gaze sweeps along the ground over your front shoulder, really rotating through the spine, the top of the neck, all the way around. And as we breathe out, taking the gaze as far behind you as you can with the length of the breath. And as we breathe in, we'll lift the fingertips from the earth, arms go wide like big balancing scales, palms come into heart center, rising on up, heart reaches up, shoulders are down, and as we breathe out, let's ground it. So let's reach both of our fingertips straight out in front of us. The palms are facing towards each other. Let's take the right hand and place it underneath your left arm and onto the left shoulder or onto the arm, wherever your hand reaches. Now keep the shoulders down, and as we breathe out, we're taking that left arm across the body, keeping the arm up to shoulder height as much as possible. Allow the shoulders to drop, and then you can explore with the placement of the right hand on your arm. So it can stay on your shoulder, it can maybe move a little deeper onto your upper arm, your triceps. Perhaps it's best to avoid leaning on the elbows, but you could take it down to your forearms. Keep the fingers alive, keep the shoulder moving back in the opposite direction. And if it feels nice here, you can stay and breathe. If you'd like to add a little bit of sweetness, you can once again tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder. And with every in and out breath, you can gently release, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but just fractionally release the tension and ease in to the stretch a little bit more. Or you can simply hang out and relish in the stillness, in the openness, and just breathe. And let's release, breath in and breath out. Reach both fingertips forward, shoulder height once more, palms facing together. This time the left hand reaches underneath the arm and holds onto the outer arm, maybe on the shoulder or the tricep. As you breathe out, keep your fingertips spread nice and wide as you keep reaching with your fingertips across your body. Your shoulder almost moves in the opposite direction, and make sure we're not crunching into the shoulders up towards the neck, so allow the shoulders to move down away from your ears towards the ground. And again, explore with a little bit of effort in your hand into your arm above the elbow, maybe below the elbow. And if anything feels uncomfortable, you just ease off a fraction and just breathe. And with every breath, maybe you explore at the very end of your out breath for some space. You may be at your edge, in which case our only work is to breathe. And again, you have the option to tilt your left ear over to your left shoulder as your right shoulder keeps melting down towards the earth. And in case your fingertips are starting to drop, just keep reminding yourself to lift that arm roughly in parallel, in line with your shoulders, as much as is available to you today. And then let's release, and let's just shake out the fingertips. Allow the hands to rest onto your knees, and we'll just gently circle through the shoulders, breathing in as you move your shoulders up towards your ears and out as they move down your back again. Let's just do another one of those. And then in the opposite direction, we'll move with the in-breath, the shoulders move back, roll up towards your ears, and as you breathe out, they melt down towards your spine. And finally, just allow your elbows to sink down towards the earth. Rest your hands, your wrists completely. It might feel nice for you to bow your head for a little bit of a stretch and just explore with moving from side to side. Just keep breathing. And then just lift your chin so there's space in the chin and the chest to breathe once more. And just take another few breaths to feel the openness, perhaps the warmth, perhaps the sweetness in the back of the neck, the side of the neck, all the way down over your shoulders, maybe even through your upper back a little bit. So hopefully we're feeling a little bit more at ease through these areas, and it's a video you can just tap into whenever you need to get a little bit of relief and release in your neck and shoulders. And I'll see you next time on the mat. Thank you very much for spending your time with me again today. See you next time. Namaste.